Please call your next witness.
The state calls Dr. Clark.
Dr. Clark, please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth?
Yes, I do.
You may take your seat.
Thank you.
Please speak loudly and clearly.
Sir, please introduce yourself and spell your name.
I'm Dr. Anthony J. Clark, A-N-T-H-O-N-Y, J. Clark, C-L-A-R-K.
How are you employed?
I'm currently employed as Associate Medical Examiner for the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Division of Forensic Science in the Central Regional Office in Macon, Georgia.
What are your duties there?
I work as an Associate Medical Examiner. I perform what's called the autopsy and forensic autopsies and death investigations.
Was there ever a time that you worked here in Tallahassee as an assistant medical examiner?
Yes.
What time periods did you do that?
It was from 2007 to 2023.
All right, and how many autopsies have you performed during the course of your career?
It's over 8,000 now.
And what is the education and training that you have that qualifies you to do that type of work?
I obtained my Bachelor of Science degree from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I did 2 years of animal research before moving on to Jefferson Medical College in Philadelphia. I graduated from the college and then traveled over to New Britain General Hospital in New Britain, Connecticut, and did a 2-year general surgical internship. I then went to the Hartford Hospital in Hartford, Connecticut, and did 4 years of anatomic and clinical pathology. I then traveled from that program down to Atlanta, Georgia, where I did a 2-year forensic pathology fellowship at the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office in association with Emory University. I am board certified in anatomic and forensic pathology. I have medical licensures both in the state of Georgia and Florida.
Have you ever testified as an expert in the area of forensic pathology?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
Several hundred times.
Tender Dr. Clark as an expert in the area of forensic pathology, Your Honor.
Does the defense wish to voir dire the witness?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any challenge to his ability to provide an opinion?
No, Your Honor.
Members of the jury, the witness will be permitted to testify before you today in the form of an opinion in the fields of both medicine and forensic pathology. You may continue.
Doctor, did you conduct the autopsy of Dan Markel?
Yes, I did.
When was that conducted?
We performed it on July 19, 2014, and we started at 11:55 hours.
Where was the autopsy conducted?
At that time, we were in the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital morgue.
Did you take photos as part of your autopsy?
Yes, I did.
Would use of those photos assist you in your testimony?
Yes, they would.
Would they assist the jury in understanding your testimony?
Yes, they would.
Approaching the states 25 through 34. Take a moment to look through those and let me know if you recognize them.
Yes, ma'am.
Are they fair and accurate photographs that were taken during the autopsy of Mr. Markel?
Yes, they are.
Moving to evidence, states 25 through 34, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
States 25 through 34 admitted at this time.
Publish 25, please.
Before you publish, if the parties can briefly approach.
Doctor, you should have a pointer. All right, explain what we're looking at in states 25.
As part of the examination, particularly in gunshot wounds, we like to know whether the bullets are still in the body or how badly they are broken up, etc. So we do X-rays, and this is an X-ray of the head. You can see the top of the head here, the jaw, right side, left side, and these really bright spots here and here are the bullets that we recovered from this individual. They come out because they're very dense. The X-rays bounce off and turn them white here, just like bone. It's fairly dense. These are the bullets here, here and here.
Publish states 26, please. How many bullets were in Mr. Markel's head?
There were 2 bullets in his head, and you can see on this one here that hit the left cheek, actually fragmented a little bit. And then we had a bullet inside the head, back to the left side. Right side, excuse me, right side.
States 27. What are we looking at here, Doctor?
This is actually the identification photograph of the individual. We like to get them cleaned up. We'll put the identifying tag underneath their chin, the case number, the date, and usually my initials. And you can see that there has been quite a bit of damage here, particularly in the left side of the face. We have a gunshot wound here that's labeled number 1 in the autopsy report, and this is number 2, labeled number 2 in the autopsy report.
By labeling them 1 and 2 respectively, are you opining that that's the order in which those shots were fired?
No, the numbering system in the autopsy report is just for me to discuss during the trial.
Publish 28, please. What does 28 show?
So this is what I call gunshot wound number 2. And you can see it's quite irregular. It's not a nice round hole you'd like to see, but the way it hit the bone, it caused a lot of damage and tearing in this area here. You can see that there's some what we call raccoon eyes or hemorrhage around the eyes and quite a bit of swelling going on here. Also in this area here, you see a lot of minor superficial abrasions that vary in size. Some are much bigger and some are much smaller. You can see it's all over the cheek here, so, and the ear and the side of the neck here. This is what we call pseudo-stippling, and this usually happens after the bullet goes through a door or a window or hits concrete and causes those items, the glass or the wood or the concrete, to splinter and cause small particles to fall out, to shoot out and hit the individual's skin. So this isn't true stippling, which is due to gunpowder, and we'll see an example of that in a minute. But so we have large areas of pseudo-stippling around the left side of the face and left side of the neck and ear.
So each of those small red injuries represents a piece of glass striking?
Piece of glass, yes ma'am, or part of the bullet that fragmented off the main part of the bullet.
States 29, please. What does this one show?
Again, we're looking at the left side of the neck here. Here's the left ear. You can see that this pseudo-stippling is quite extensive. Also, you'll see that there's kind of a purplish discoloration here. Because of where the bullet track went to, it caused a large amount of bleeding into the left side of the face, where you saw that huge distortion of the left side of the face, and then drained down into the neck.
States 30. What does this
Okay,
say?
this is going to be gunshot wound number 1. It's right between the eyebrows, closer to the left eyebrow. Again, it is distorted. It's not a nice little round hole because of the shelf of bone that's there. It's called a glabella. So it causes an irregular entry wound. And now we're seeing a much finer area of stippling across the forehead here. This is much different from what we're seeing on the left side of the face. This is true stippling or gunpowder stippling from the barrel of the gun directly.
How does firing a gun cause this pseudo-stippling?
The stippling.
Sorry, stippling.
Okay, when the firearm is discharged, out of the barrel comes the bullet, of course, hot gases, soot, burning and unburned gunpowder. What causes the stippling is the burning and unburned gunpowder. It actually it's a particulate that strikes the skin and abrades it. It doesn't burn it, but it hits it and abrades it, or scrapes it. So that usually with a handgun, we could see the stippling out to about 18 to 24 inches. This to me looks a lot closer than that, but all we're seeing is the stippling here.
So the presence of this evidence suggests that the muzzle of the gun was quite close to Mr. Markel's head when it was fired.
Yes, I'm thinking inches. Yes, ma'am.
States 31, please. What does this show?
Okay, this is giving you a perspective of the 2 gunshot wounds here. What I call labels 1, what is label 2, the pseudo stippling on the nose, the fine stippling on the forehead, the hemorrhage around the left eye, part of the raccoon eye pattern.
States Exhibit 32.
This is the left forearm, and what you see here is kind of a ring of soot, partial ring of soot here, and some stippling on the forearm here too.
What is that consistent with?
That to me is suggested that that arm was up near the gun when it was discharged. That's at one point in time, and most likely the one gunshot wound that went to the center of the head here, that arm was up in a defensive type thing or a reaction type thing, and the soot and stippling is actually not from the barrel, but when you're talking about a revolver, you have a cylinder where the bullets are, you have a space between the cylinder and the barrel. It's called a cylinder gap. And soot and gunpowder can come out of the cylinder gap and cause this kind of pattern.
So again, consistent with the firearm being very close to the victim.
That's correct.
And also, is it consistent with the victim at least having enough wherewithal of the impending danger to raise his arm in defense?
In my opinion, yes, ma'am.
All right, and you said that the number that you order the shots for purposes of your reports does not necessarily mean that's the order of the shots that were fired in this case. Do you have an opinion as, and that's the second shot is the one that was not survivable?
That's correct.
And was there any amount of medical attention that could have assisted Mr. Markel, say if it had gotten there sooner?
Well, these are pretty devastating injuries, particularly the gunshot wound to the brain.
Did you collect the projectiles from Mr. Markel's head?
Yes, I did.
I'm going to show you States Exhibit 127 and 128. If you will publish 33, please. Ask if you recognize 127 and 128.
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize those?
These are the envelopes that we placed these bullets in with the identifying marker labels and where they were from. Both one's from gunshot wound number 1 and one's from gunshot wound number 2.
Are they in the same or substantially the same condition as when you collected them?
They appear to be so, yes, ma'am.
Move into evidence 127 and 128, Your Honor.
Any objection? There you go. States 127 and 128 are admitted.
And is this a photograph of one of these projectiles removed from Mr. Markel's head?
Yes, ma'am. This is the one from gunshot wound number 2 to the left cheek area. If you remember on the x-ray, it had kind of a barrel shape to it. I don't remember, but you see the barrel shape here.
And for the record, that was 33, now publishing 34. What does this show?
This
Would
is
you be able to turn it? Upper left, maybe? Again. Thank you. What's
this is the
show?
bullet that we pulled from the right side of the brain. On the x-ray, it's getting a little pretty deformed. You can see that we taken one picture, one aspect of it here. Here's the identifying label.
What is meant by the term cause of death?
That is how that person died.
All right, and is it part of your job as assistant medical examiner to determine a cause of death?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you able to do that in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the cause of death?
Gunshot wounds of the face and head.
And what about manner of death? What's meant by that term?
Manner of death is how what were the circumstances that eventually led to the death.
And do you have an opinion as to the manner of death?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Homicide.
No further questions.
Cross-examination of Dr. Clark.
No, Your Honor.
Judge, this witness can be excused, and this might be a good time to take our lunch recess.
Very well. Dr. Clark, you may step down, sir. Have a good day.